Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. We came off the state of play yesterday, which, man, I may have pushed the cart before the horse a little bit talking about Bloodborne, but hey, there are a ton of people on Twitter talking about it too. And, yeah, we didn't get Bloodborne. Honestly, the state of play, it got 1 day of build. It's a 20-minute show. They said they were going to focus on Japanese publishers, but that's why I kind of thought, hey, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. But then, like, some of you guys also in the comment section were like, bro, Elden Ring just came out. That it would be overkill if they did Bloodborne right now. And you guys are probably right about that. But the event also showcased, like, a bunch of new games, and, like, almost all of them are coming to PC, so, like, I don't even know what they were trying to get across. I think the only game that they showed was that Returnal is getting, like, a co-op campaign update, and, yeah, obviously that's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but wasn't Returnal on the Nvidia, like, thing that came out? I know Ghost of Tsushima was. Returnal may have not been. I might be wrong about that, but, whatever the case may be, like, that's not even that big of a game. Honestly, the show was pretty bad if you had, like, grandiose expectations of it being, like, one of the major events, and if you've watched some of the recent Nintendo Directs that have just been killer. You know, Nintendo aside about what they're pulling with, that little Steam Deck thingy, but, yeah, their Directs have been pretty darn good recently, but, this show from Sony was, like, my God, was it not great? It was okay. There were some standouts that definitely got my attention. Particularly at the end, Valkyria Elysium and the DioField Chronicle, both coming from Square Enix. Valkyria Elysium is a part of the Valkyrie IP, which that's really, really cool to see that Square Enix is bringing back that IP, because Square Enix, God bless their soul, they have Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, they have some really great IPs. A lot of the times, some of their shoulder IPs, as in, like, their second tier, third tier IPs, don't get a lot of love, don't have the greatest games in the world, and then they try to make these new IPs and then they don't turn out well either. But Valkyria is a franchise I think people wanted another title out of, and Valkyria Elysium I think looks pretty good. Does it look blow-away? Does it look like a AAA PlayStation 5 and PC action RPG? Probably not, but I think it looks pretty good. I like the art style. I think the gameplay looks interesting. I think the narration was pretty cool. I think the story could be compelling. I think the soundtrack sounds awesome. That game, I think, could be good. DioField Chronicle, another one where initially when I was looking at it, I just heard Square Enix, strategy RPG. Is this Final Fantasy Tactics? It's not Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a brand new IP in the DioField Chronicle. This is coming to everything. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC. So, again, like, when they have these events, like, especially Sony, because Sony's, like, probably the publisher, them and Nintendo, that, like, treat exclusivity so strongly. Like, Microsoft is now a Microsoft and PC brand, but Sony still treats exclusivity strongly, so you would think, like, an event that's called State of Play about PlayStation, they would, like, talk about exclusives, but nah, the DioField Chronicle, that game's coming to PC and just about every other platform as well. That game looks pretty good. I know everybody's not into strategy RPGs, especially strategy JRPGs, but I love me some Valkyria Chronicles. That's, like, the strategy JRPG, that I'm the biggest fan of, but hoping for the best out of this one. By the way, Valkyria Elysium is coming in 2022. DioField Chronicle is also coming in 2022. So credit to Square Enix for announcing games that are actually going to come out in this millennia, because sometimes that is my biggest criticism of Sony. They announce these games and they're not out for like a half decade. And it's like, bro, why are you announcing these games like a half decade in advance? Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but I go back to, like, Wolverine being announced. Like, bro, that game's not coming out for, like, 4 or 5 years. Why are you announcing it right now? Square Enix is guilty of this, too. Final Fantasy VII Remake getting announced in 2015. That game didn't come out until 2020. Like, I'm not trying to age a half decade before I get to play these games. You know what I'm saying? Top of that, you have, like, JoJo Bizarre Adventure. That's getting a fighting game. I guess that's, like, pretty cool. That's coming to PC as well. There was, like, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection, and then they showed some trailers for games that were already known. Ghostwire Tokyo, which, that game looks friggin' awesome. Like, Ghostwire Tokyo, I think, is gonna be a fantastic game. At least I hope. I'm liking, like, the gameplay I'm seeing out of that game. The elemental abilities you got. The story seems interesting. Go play that free-to-play visual novel if you're interested on the narrative to the game. That looks pretty cool. They showed a Forspoken trailer. I'm still not sold on that game. That game got delayed as well, so it got like a 5.5 month delay, and then they show off a new trailer. But yeah, it probably best that that game got delayed. The buzz wasn't even really that palpable for that game, so probably best for all involved seeing that delay. But yeah, it wasn't a great event, but hopefully, you know what? Hopefully Microsoft has an event soon, because Microsoft, there's actually stuff from them I want to see. Avowed, Fable, like, is that game, like, nearing completion? I don't know. Starfield, I'm not big on Bethesda right now, but god damn it, I want to see some Starfield gameplay since that's coming out later this year. And, yeah, whatever new games they're working on. I mean, they acquire all these publishers and whatnot, studios, so I would imagine they're working on some games. And then you also have to consider Redfall's coming from what's-their-face, Arcane. My apologies, Arcane. Love them as a studio. Not just quite sure about Redfall based on that CG trailer, but that's supposed to be out in summer of this year. So they actually have a pretty healthy slate of games, and those are all coming to PC as well, so, and Game Pass, so it'll be interesting to see how much effort they put on these games. Like, I look at subscription services like Netflix, and Netflix has really become, like, throw as much stuff as you can at the wall and see what sticks, and not putting a ton of emphasis. I mean, Witcher has caught on really strongly, Stranger Things is big. That's where I do see Xbox Game Pass at some point getting, like, do so much content, like, content is king with these subscription services from a media standpoint when you're talking about, like, subscription services, and now they're getting into live sports as well, so it's, like, an interesting area, but Microsoft, hopefully they do drop some high quality games for this year. I mean, Starfield is probably going to be the biggest one, but we have still yet to see gameplay on that yet. They also announced Exoprimal, which is a Capcom multiplayer game. It's like got dinosaurs in it. Everybody wanted it to be Dino Crisis, but nah, screw you. You ain't get Dino Crisis. So, you know, a lot of PC announcements coming out of this event. They could have literally, like, Sony did not need to do this state of play whatsoever. They could have just let each respective publisher just reveal these games and upload a video onto their YouTube channel, and it probably would have accomplished the same thing, and it probably wouldn't have made people as upset as it did, because I saw Jeff Keighley's Twitter. He posted like a poll on what people thought of the show, and it was like an overwhelmingly negative reception. Like, I went into it not expecting anything major. I threw out the Bloodborne idea just because they said it was going to focus on Japanese publishers, and I didn't think we were going to see some big new announcement as far as, you know, a new game. And yeah, I was probably even dumb going into it thinking that that was a possibility. But hopefully Sony comes out with a state of play that's actually quality, because I love the PlayStation as a platform, but yeah, their 2 games a year model right now ain't really doing it for me, and I'd like to see some more PC announcements. We still don't know when Uncharted is dropping on PC. Hopefully Ghost of Tsushima gets announced for PC soon. Hopefully Demon's Souls, which I know that for a fact was in the Nvidia leak, as was, I believe, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, as was Demon's Souls, so hopefully those come together rather soon. But that's going to do it for me. Again, a ton of announcements coming out of it. Let me know if you guys were impressed at all from a PC standpoint, because like pretty much every game's coming to PC anyway, so yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.